Hey everybody, welcome back to the Driven Dave YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss any more content. Now, before we get into the video today, I just wanted to kind of give a little intro here. First, by thanking my friend Aaron for letting me check out his 2023 Prius. To start the video, we're going to be talking about some of the specific kind of tech features and design features about the car, and then we're going to get into my actual video review. I had some audio problems at the beginning when I actually filmed this. It was a really windy day and I didn't realize how much wind was hitting my mic, so unfortunately all of that footage was just not going to happen. So check this out. And then it will cut into kind of me giving a tour of the car and then actually driving it on Big Tujunga Canyon. Super fun. You're not going to want to miss it, so please stick around till the end. And please drop a comment down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. I'd really appreciate it. And enjoy the show. In addition to the attractive styling, some of the things to know about this car is that it has 194 horsepower in the front-wheel drive model and 196 in the all-wheel drive model. Expect to get around 57 miles per gallon. It's a 2-liter, 4-cylinder hybrid with an eCVT transmission. 0 to 60 times, you're looking at 7.2 seconds in the front-wheel drive model and 7 seconds flat in the all-wheel drive. Some unique features it has, we mentioned LED projector lenses, the LED daytime running lights, active grille shutters. You get 17-inch wheel covers in the base model, 19-inch alloy wheels in the Limited, which we have here, 6 USB-C ports, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and I think you also have the option of doing it wired, which is great. As far as safety goes, it has a lot of different features. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, which is a really great feature, especially when you're in a parking lot trying to back up. Hill start assist, and that's going to actually hold the car in place if you're on a hill. Of course, it has auto hold, which I showed in my driving review, and you'll see that shortly here. It's got a 222 volt lithium ion battery pack. As I mentioned earlier, a 2-liter 4-cylinder dual overhead cam 16-valve engine with variable valve timing. It produces 150 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 139 foot-pounds of torque at 4,400 to 5,200 RPM. It has a permanent magnet motor, AC synchronous, and it has 83 kilowatts, 111 horsepower. This vehicle weighs 3,097 pounds for the base model, and in the XLE, probably the limited trim, this one's going to be closer to 3,164 pounds. The fuel tank is 11.3 gallons. Of course, one of the things that has always been kind of a hallmark of the Prius is this hatchback, which allows you to store a lot of different stuff. You'll see there's kind of like a little styrofoam compartment underneath where you can put whatever you want, all kinds of different things. That's really handy. It's kind of like a built-in sub trunk. This particular model features a power opening and closing rear liftgate. You'll also notice these kind of like electronically activated rear doors. Here you can see the rear seats. This one, of course, in the leather trim. You've got heated seats in the rear. You've got those USB-C ports right there at the bottom. Cup holder in the armrest, which is great. And then, of course, there's that really neat kind of moonroof right there with a retractable shade, which allows you to block out the sun if you would choose to do so. Which gives the car a very like light and airy feeling, having both of those open. It's really pretty nice. You will notice that like the headroom is sacrificed a little bit. The roof line of this car is lowered 2 inches from the previous model. So taller passengers like myself, you will kind of feel that headliner a little bit. You'll notice the passenger seat in this car does have a manual kind of angle adjustment, which is nice. Also, manual sliding rail. And I think that's a really good way to save some weight. I notice that the roof is a little closer to your head, especially in the back seat. And I did take a shot of that, but I'll see if you can see that. Also, what I noticed, like the rear seat entry is a little, I wish this door would open just a little bit more. And you know, once I'm in here, I don't know if you can see me. I can't see the camera. My head is kind of touching the ceiling there. So, you know, the back seat is not super duper spacious, but you know, not a big deal. It's not a big car, so just kind of take that for what it is. Front seats, pretty roomy. Entry is fairly easy, although if you have the seats back, this pillar is going to be kind of in your way, but that's very common with a lot of cars nowadays. I'm going to grab the camera and take you inside so you can see a little bit more. All right, so you're joining me coming into the car from the driver's side door. You'll notice we've got these nice power window controls, obviously the window lockout control, power mirrors, memory seats, all very nice. On the driver's side, you've got the power seat controls. You've got heated and cooled front bucket seats, which I think is a really nice feature that I wish every car had. And it's got this really nice Prius, kind of hard to focus on that. Hopefully you can see that. Also here, you've got your standard lock, unlock, trunk, and panic buttons. So we're gonna fire it up. Very nice. Take a look at the screen. Yes, continue. Okay, dismiss. Guest mode activated. Now, I didn't spend a whole lot of time messing around with this, so you and I are going to kind of discover this. There we go, and there you can see where we are. Big Tujunga, very nice. And let's see what all the built-in stuff gives us. Enable audio.
Me, Nick Tyler, Sundays
from 1
until 2 p.m. here on KJAS 88.1, listener-supported public radio.
I love KJAS. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that down so that we don't get any copyright strikes. This car is equipped with the premium JBL stereo. It sounds pretty good, man. Like, pretty good bass response. It stays pretty clear even at higher volumes, so that's nice. And it looks like we have a lot of different things we can choose here, including built-in Sirius XM. Okay, no phone. Oh, here we go, and we can see some. Okay, so that gives us our climate information. Now we'll look at the trip information. Oh, cool. Average speed after start, trip range. I'm going to throw a little gas in here when I'm done. I see. Cool. Okay, so a lot of nice built-in things. Obviously, if I connect my phone, that's going to give us, you know, Waze and Google Maps and all of that stuff, which is nice. This is not actually flickering in real life. It's just the camera refresh rate, as you can see, but it's got this neat strip of blue ambient lighting, and I'm sure you can change that probably, but I'm not going to mess with that. Over here, you've got controls for heated steering wheel. Looks like heated windshield, auto lights. I'm not sure what this does. It says P. I wonder if that's park. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. So it's like an auto park feature. And we're not going to do that. Okay, how do we get out of this? View. Oh, okay, cool. And then this will change our view. Look at that. Whoa, that's cool. It shows us all around the car. That is awesome. Okay, I'm impressed by that. I'm not going to lie. That is slick. I don't know why Tesla doesn't do that. That would be neat. Oh, and it looks like there are some other options. I wonder if I can just... Sorry, Aaron, I'm just like playing with your car here. But just want to see what it does. Look at that. It shows us a little kind of virtual version of where we are. That is really cool. Okay, I'm pretty blown away with that. Coming up to the mirror, it looks like we've got like built-in, from what I can tell, like home link. Not really sure what these buttons do. I'm gonna press them. Oh, cool, look, they're buttons. That's cool. Settings. Oh, I see. And then you press this for settings. All right, I'm not gonna mess with that. Not my car. I don't wanna mess up what he's got going on here. Kind of curious about the sunroof, and there are two sunroofs, one I guess just for looking out of, and then one for actually opening. So how do we do that? That is the question. And I guess this is for SOS. You would think this would open, but I'm not seeing any controls for that. Yeah, they're usually here, like standard Toyota. But like I said, not my car. I don't want to intrude too much here. Glove box, very nice. And this, oops, just dropped my mic. Sorry. And this right here is going to be your wireless charger, which is right now just holding my audio source. Down here, you've also got EV mode, which is cool. So you can toggle that on and off. You've got auto hold, which is my very favorite feature if you've watched my channel at all. By the way, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Traction control off, cool. And then this toggles between your different drive modes. Oh, pretty cool. You've got a little like hidden compartment here that says hidden compartments. Oh, okay. I see what you did, Toyota. You're being youthful. Good for you. That's funny. And I think I saw that on the Throttle House review. Moving over here, I believe they call this the Soft Tech. This is their proprietary, like, leather, not leather material. I'm not sure if it's real or not, but it feels nice. It feels like leather. And it's the Toyota brand. You got lots of steering wheel controls here. Somewhat intuitive. So I guess this helps you get through your menus. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Driving ratio. Oh, and you can probably move around in here. Look at that. Eco zone, eco score. Radio station. I should probably zoom in on that so you can see better. Come on, focus. There we go. Look at that. Departure alert system. Maintenance required. Probably just an oil change. There we go. Maintenance required. There. Trip distance. Cool. Yeah. Nice. And I do like how this is right up here. It's pretty easy to see. You really don't need to look over here unless you're checking the map and stuff. So that's cool. Here you've got your cruise control and your lane centering, predictive steering, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be your following distance for the adaptive cruise. This is going to be adaptive cruise control mode. Okay, cool. Not sure what this does. Oh, that just changes the radio. That's nice. Okay, leave that alone. I think I'll go back to like FM radio, which is where he had it. Sorry, Aaron. Try not to mess. And I like KJazz, for the record. That's like one of my favorite stations. If I do listen to the radio, that's going to be my first go-to. Down here, we've got heated seats. We've got cooled seats with 3 different settings. That's nice. There we go. Cooled seats. Although it's kind of a cool day, so I don't think I'll be needing that. But that's pretty cool. Literally. I'm going to turn that off. I'm a big heated seats fan. It's always nice to kind of, loosen up the old back, especially if you're going to be driving for a long time. I will say these seats, I'll try and get you a better view here. So these seats, although they are, there's some nice side bolstering, they are on the firmer side. I was kind of hoping it would be a little cushier. And the car itself is like generally pretty firm. And it's not a bad thing. It's more of just an observation. I think they're kind of going more at like the sporty angle with this car, which I think is a good choice after all these years. I mean, these have just been the frumpiest whatever cars. So it's kind of cool to have them really look good for once. So that's kind of the deal there. I think what we're going to do next is take this for a little spin. So we're going to see what happens and see how it is on Big Tujunga. All right. I always swore I was never going to be that guy, but here I am, just trying to get the best footage for all of you out there in the internet world. So we got this rolling, Let's see what happens. Oops, brake is on. Again, steering feels very light, very easy. Check carefully before we head on out. And so initial driving impressions, just kind of getting into the car, it's very nice. There is some road noise that you would expect from a car like this. Obviously, this is not, a Lexus or a Mercedes or whatever. But it is definitely, this car is definitely trimmed out in that fashion, which is quite nice. We're going to hit the cruise control here. There we go. Adaptive cruise is on. And let's just kind of let the car do the driving for a minute here. So hands off. Obviously, I'm going to be hands close by because not my car. And I don't know the system. But as you can see, the steering wheel is turning. We're going with this curve. Feels really, really good, actually. I would say on par with my Tesla. And again, I'm not steering, just kind of on the wheel just to check it out. So far, so good. And if you've never been up here, look at that, man. It's a beautiful road. Shout out to my buddy Kyle. Wonder if you're out here today. But you probably started on Angeles Crest. And Zach, shout out to you, my friend. So yeah, so far, even on this kind of twisty canyon road, adaptive cruise working very, very, very well. I'm going to cancel it for a second. We've got a cyclist up here, and yeah, that would make for a bad day for everybody. Well, you can see by the secondary camera that we definitely have some scoot. I'm gonna have to hang on to this. There we go. That'll be fine. I don't know what the camera's seeing, but whatever. Make it work. But yeah, it handles the bumps nicely. I will say the seats are very firm. He's got the lumbar set pretty aggressively, and I'm definitely feeling it right in my back. But I would rather have it be too aggressive and be able to dial it back. And that's a nice feature for sure. Got another cyclist. Again, want to be really careful on these roads. The lane departures really want me to come back. I noticed he actually had that feature off, which I think I'm going to turn off for now, because that's just kind of annoying. I'm going to change the drive mode. We're in eco right now. I'm going to put us into sport, and immediately you feel the car kind of lurch a little bit. It's oh yeah, let's go. Let's do this. Sport mode, baby. Let's get it. Let's send it. Full send. So we're going to do just do a quick full send. Not aggressive full send, but full send. All right, here we go. Just rolling into the power. And you get the, I mean, it's not explosively fast, right? But it's, for a Prius to go, kind of lean back a little bit, you're oh, okay, I see you, Prius. That's cool. We'll just kind of get on it again. I mean, the throttle response is really quite immediate, and I like that. Last time I drove a Prius, and it's been a minute, but I felt like I put my foot down, and it was just kind of, it really, you know, you really didn't feel a lot from the engine, I think because it just didn't have the power to do it. Furthermore, I mean, here we are on what would be considered a pretty entertaining road to drive, in a car that has a reputation for not being entertaining to drive. And I'm having a good time. I mean, obviously, I want to be careful with this car because it's not mine. But man, it really hangs into these corners. And I think those 19-inch sport wheels are definitely like contributing to the fun there. I imagine with the 17s, you probably get a smoother ride. But with the 19s, you get, you know, a little bit more kind of firm and sporty feel. And it probably does a better job grabbing these corners, which is very nice. The steering wheel feels really nice in my hands. Obviously, since I'm holding a camera, I'm not in the optimal driving position right now. But yeah, let's just kind of scoot into this corner a little bit, see how she does. Yeah. I mean, like you're not going to buy this car to tear up the canyons, but the fact is you can. And like 2-3 weeks ago, I was out cruising Angeles Crest, and a new friend of mine, Sean, who's an automotive journalist, had the new Prime, and man, he was hooning that thing. Like it was slow, but like it was fast for a Prius. Like we were all like, whoa, he's keeping up, kind of. That's pretty cool. And it was funny, we took it up to the Good Vibes Car Club, and everybody was like, whoa, is that the new Prius? Like all these like Porsche guys were like all about it. So it's pretty cool. It's like, even as a car guy, car enthusiast, like I think if you buy one of these right now, at least for the first 6 months to a year, you're going to have a lot of conversations, you know. So if you're looking for a car to spark up conversations, I'm sure this one would be really good for that. And I think Aaron was telling me, like, every time he goes to a gas station, which is not very often, people are always asking about it. So, and I kind of previewed this car at the LA Auto Show back in November. Maybe it was December. I can't remember. No, it was November. It's always November. And you know, I put up a video just talking about this car, and it got like a couple thousand views, like quite immediately, which for my little channel is great, you know, like that performed very well. So I mean, that just kind of shows you how many people are interested in this car and searching for one. And Aaron, I think you're going to sell this really quickly, and it's in excellent shape, by the way. It only has like 5,000 miles on it, so you're essentially getting a brand new car. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And what I like about the limited package, and I've talked about this on some of my other videos, I always like the premium cars, like the premium package. Sometimes you do, I mean, not sometimes, you always end up paying a little more for it. But I just think, like, you're never going like, oh, I wonder what that switch would have done. I just kind of like having all the options. It makes me happy. And I drive a lot, so it also makes my life a little bit nicer. Just all the amenities, they just brighten up my day. What can I tell you? I think they're terrific. I think I'm at a good point to turn around. I may just kind of turn it into this corner a little bit and just see how she does. But so far, you know, in the handling department, very impressed. Really no complaints. The brakes feel really good too. Yeah, just kind of power right through the corner there, no problem. I think I'll do the next one too. That was fun. Yeah, I'll definitely put a little gas in her. You know, and the engine isn't that loud. You definitely hear it, but it's not. It doesn't make like the same groans of agony as the old ones. It actually sounds kind of good. Can't believe I'm saying that. Where am I? Is this really a Prius? You know, I mean, it's still got that CVT, you know, strangled cat groan, but it's not. Yeah, man. You know, what's impressive is actually how well the rear hangs on in that corner. You know, of course, like, you feel the front, but you feel the rear. And this chassis actually, like, communicates with you, which is, like, I'm kind of blown away, man. Again, I'm not pushing this hard. I'm just very lightly kind of pushing it into the corners. I like how they repaved this. I could go a lot faster if I wanted to, but again, I just want to be respectful and not beat up this nice car. But it feels like it just wants to go. You know, there's no hesitation. It's just kind of eager to take the corners, which is, you know, again, just astonishing. I'm going to do a quick U-turn here. Whoa, check out that turning radius. That was great. All right. Oops. Hey, got a little chirp there, man. Sorry, Aaron. Got a little excited. Yeah, man. And, you know, it's like, it's such a smooth power delivery. You can hear it transition to, like, EV mode. Now the engine's, like, now it kicked back on. But it's really impressive, like, how quickly and smoothly it'll kind of kick off the engine, turn it back on, go to EV mode. There's really not a huge, like, jolt. In the earlier hybrids, you would kind of feel that transition from gas to electric. I don't know if that's regen braking, but it's definitely like I have my foot off the pedal and it's kind of slowing itself down. And it definitely was in the charge thing on the display there. Sport mode definitely uses more gas. It said like 80 miles of range. Now it has 60 miles of range. So, you know, you definitely pay the price. Although I'm sure we used like a quarter of a gallon, if that. I mean, it was probably hardly anything. Now you can hear we're in the charge mode. My foot is off the gas pedal. Ooh, little BRZ. Need help getting up that hill, buddy? I'm sorry. BRZ guys, you know I love you. It's all love. He probably has an LS swap. That's how he's getting up there. It's cool. Sick burn. This is the guy in a Prius, you know, it's great. And again, like, that's what I love about the car hobby, is that there are just so many different avenues. Like, I love the BRZs. Or the AE86, whatever the heck that was. Yeah, awesome. I think it looks really great. And MX-5 people, the Miatas, I see you. I like those too. I wouldn't mind having one. I'm more of the Corvette kind of guy with my white New Balance shoes and whatnot. Here we go. This is a nice corner. I'll just kind of huck it in there a little bit. Yeah, really good chassis. I mean, like, and you could see, like, I really wasn't leaning. The seats do a good job of holding me in place. And again, this is more in like a cruising position, not even a, you know, canyon position. But man, this car is nice. I give it a 2 thumbs up if you're looking for a Prius. I will say, you know, it definitely has kind of it just has a different attitude than the Prii of old. I always felt like with the old Prius, it was more like, okay, you know, I'm a reliable kind of tin can, you know, and I'll happily take you around the city, and, you know, you don't have to worry about it, and it's not, you know, you don't have to like cars, you know, it's going to be a good car, it's going to take care of you. And this one is more like, oh, you like cars? Cool. Let's go drive. Let's go to the canyons. You know, but I'll also take you to the office. I will also take you to do your Uber work. I'll also take you to deliver food. You know, so it's got a little bit less of the what am I trying to say? A little bit less of the utilitarian vibe and a little bit more of the enthusiast vibe, which I think is cool, and personally makes me like the car that much more. I could see myself buying this and, you know, really enjoying driving it, which is kind of cool. I like that. But, you know, there was something I kind of dug about the utilitarian vibe of the old Prius. So, you know, kind of just have to figure out which camp you're in. But, I mean, this thing is fun. And it's nice that you're not limited to lame roads. Like, you can take this wherever you want, man. It's going to be fine. I bet you it's going to do fine on a road trip. I bet you it's going to do fine on your daily commuting. And if you want to load up the family and drive this road with it, you can certainly do that and not be, you know, completely embarrassed. Like it really does a little bit of everything. It's not a speed demon, but it's not slow. It's not a canyon carver, but it's capable, you know. So I think they've done a pretty interesting thing here. You know, I do feel like my head is kind of close to the ceiling. Not so much so that I feel cramped, but it doesn't have that like open, airy feeling that the old Prius had. And I kind of miss that. Man, it's like these corners are just no problem. No problem at all. I'm blown away. I'm going to toss it into eco mode and just kind of see what that does. Now we're down to 52 miles of range, so I've blasted through a good amount of range here. And okay, so in eco mode, like the throttle is just like, so it just takes a lot of the fun out of it. And you can see on the screen here, I'm not sure what you're seeing through the GoPro, but there, power. If I keep it in like eco, probably just like EV. I'm gonna actually like slow down here and I'm gonna toss her into, no, speed range exceeded. And that's still unavailable. There we go, EV mode. So you're limited to like 25 miles an hour. Oh, and I can hear the boys choir singing. Oh. Shout out to Danny. Oh, deactivated. So as soon as I hit 26 miles an hour, we've exceeded the EV mode. Let's see if we can hear that again. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of my one gripe with hybrids, is that like they kind of pretend to be EVs, but they're not. You know? It is kind of nice, like if you needed to just like, you know, if you're getting home real late and you don't want to wake anybody, you know, that's great. And it's nice when you're at a stoplight, everything's silent. And it's really great if you get, you know, like for me as a musician, if I get to a job early, sometimes I want to just take a nap or whatever, just run the AC and, you know, run it off the hybrid battery. That is awesome. I really like that. And I think the hybrids are great. It's just I wish they had slightly more EV capability. Because like 25 miles an hour, that's just not gonna do much for you unless you're just kind of creeping through traffic, which if you live in LA, you're going to be doing that for sure, I would say. Yeah, a lot of bugs or something out. Not sure. As you can hear, eco mode, we're staying in the eco zone. Car's very quiet. There's not too much wind noise. Not sure what it's like at freeway speeds. It's very nice at 40, 45, 50, whatever. Maybe I'll get her up to about 65 here in a minute, just to kind of see how that feels. Obviously, these tires are fairly new, so they're not going to be very noisy, and it's a fairly nice road, so it's not going to be very noisy either. Yeah, the seat bottom, very firm. a bigger fella, so it's a little firm for my taste, but I'm sure that would wear in. All right, let's get her up to like there. Yeah, good amount of wind noise. Not gonna lie. It is an eco car, so it's exactly what I expected. It also sounds very aerodynamic, so it seems that there's not a lot of air hitting the car, really. But I'm hearing a lot, especially from the back, for sure. Well, my friends, I think that's going to conclude my review of the 2023 Toyota Prius, the pretty one, the cool one. Again, strange words to say, but happy to be saying them for sure. Big shout out to my friend Aaron for hooking me up with his beautiful car here. If you are interested in picking one of these up, and again, this is May of 2023, so if you're watching this video, way into the future, he may not still have it. But I'm going to put his email address down in the description. I think he's asking around $41 for this car. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what he said. So you can work out all of those details for yourself. But, I think these are really hard to find right now, especially fully loaded like this. And if I was buying a Prius, this is the one I would want, straight up, especially with only 5,000 miles. I mean, she's brand new. It just drives beautifully. No rattles, no funny noises. Everything is exactly as you would hope. So I'm going to throw some gas in this bad boy. I'm going to take it back to my friend Aaron's house and wrap it on up. So, until next time, my friends, stay driven. Bye.